In 1972, Chris Sullivan began his restaurant career as a manager trainee for steak and ale restaurants. Within 8 years, he'd become president of Bennigan's Taverns. In 1983, Sullivan, along with Bob Basham, founded Sun State Restaurant Corporation to develop Chili's restaurants in Florida and Georgia. Upon selling Sun State to Chili's in 1987, he, along with Bob, Tim Gannon, and Trudy Cooper, founded Outback Steakhouse, becoming chairman and CEO in 1991. In 2005, Sullivan stepped down as CEO while remaining chairman of OSI Restaurant Partners Incorporated. The company, with 8 brands operating over 1,400 restaurants and with 90,000 employees worldwide, boasts revenues of over $4 billion.
I grew up in Detroit and Washington, D.C. There were 6 children. It was a struggle. My dad is from Eastern Kentucky and, a government employee. My mother had a very, very difficult upbringing in the sense that her father was killed when she was about 6. Her mother raised her and her 4 brothers and sisters on a small farm in Eastern Tennessee. And she went away when she was 18 or 19 to Kingsport, Tennessee, got a job in a mill, met my father who was playing baseball there, and when he joined the Marine Corps in 1941, she joined the Marine Corps in 1942. We had a work ethic in our family. When we got old enough to shovel snow and, cut people's lawns, rake leaves, it got even older, changing storm windows out, painting houses. Sports were a big deal in our household, and my dad had us out on the ball fields all the time. I was not one of the better athletes in the family. My nickname in high school was Mouse, because I was a small guy. I was 5'2", 5'3". I mean, it devastated me. I just couldn't stand it. And so overcoming that in terms of my confidence and those kinds of things, it created some challenges for me. A big challenge for me as well really was trying to figure out about 1970 what I was going to do about college. I really wanted to get my degree, but boy, it was becoming a struggle financially. My dad and I got in a tough situation for a little while. And, you had to figure out how you're going to get through that. I put myself through school the last 3 years I was there. I got a little help from time to time from my parents, but we had 4 of us in college at the same time, which was quite a challenge for a government employee. I had an opportunity to go back to South Florida where I'd done some waiting tables and tending bar. But somebody told me about this new restaurant company that was getting ready to open in Louisville, Kentucky, and it was called Steak and Ale. Ended up going over and interviewing, and at the end of the day, I got offered a job. It was for a lot less money I could make in Fort Lauderdale, but there was something special going on, and that was a real lesson to me. I think it's an important lesson that we all need to learn, is sometimes the short-term best thing isn't the right thing to do. It's what you really might think is the long-term. You have to stay very focused, stay committed, and when you meet those roadblocks and those people or things that get in the way, you just take your time, work your way through it, and just keep committed to getting that done.
Ladies and gentlemen, Horatio Alger Association member Chris Thomas Sullivan.